Alongside Michael Wilbon, Paul Pierce, Jalen Rose, and we were originally scheduled to come to you from the court in Boston to preview this great matchup between two Eastern Conference powers, but due to the gravity of what has happened this week, we stayed here in our LA studios, right across from the arena that last night hosted an evening that none of us will soon forget. And everything the Lakers planned, everything was just beautiful. The roses they left on Kobe and Gigi's seats, to Usher singing Amazing Grace, to a live cello performance accompanying videos of Kobe through the years. This picture of the Lakers sitting on their bench, it just wrenched with grief, captured what so many in the building were feeling, until finally it was LeBron's turn to address the crowd. And then the unplanned happened.
We're all hurt, we're all heartbroken. But when we're going through things like this, the best thing you can do is lean on the shoulders of your family. Now, I know at some point we will have a memorial for Kobe, but I look at this as a celebration tonight. Kobe is a brother to me. I want to continue along with my teammates to continue his legacy, not only for this year, but as long as we can play the game of basketball that we love, because that's what Kobe Bryant will want. So in the words of Kobe Bryant, Mamba out, but in the words of us, not forgotten. Live on, brother.
LeBron speaking completely off the cuff there, and Hall of Famer James Worthy would later tell me he felt LeBron had, quote, become a Laker, a true Laker in that moment. And indeed, the ceremony is so powerful that when the Blazers and Lakers had to actually go play a basketball game after that, at the beginning, neither the players or fans really seemed to know how to act. Eventually, though, as play heated up, it felt okay to cheer again, to scream, to be dazzled. And Damian Lillard did just that, just becoming an absolute wrecking ball, led Portland to the win with 48 points. And Wilbon, you have been in the building for so many of the NBA's just big moments, but I can't think of one as somber as this one. What was going through your mind as you watched all of it unfold?
That we owe it to Kobe Bryant and all the others to celebrate his life in the context of basketball. But you can say that, you can make that effort. I admired LeBron for what he did last night, but Rachel, this is sad. Los Angeles is mourning. Los Angeles is sad, depressed. I'll even go that far. There is gravity, there's grief, and what we saw last night is going to remind us, or it reminds me already, how difficult this is going to be for the Lakers. I mean, yes, Kobe Bryant is not going to just inspire the Lakers. He's going to inspire so many players around the NBA. They've already, talked about that, pledged that, if you will. But this is going to be hard for the Lakers in Los Angeles. This is not a short-term situation. Okay, we're going to turn the page. We're going to, no. That's not happening, as those pictures from right outside. I walked over here, and I must admit, I was a little stunned, a little bit. Because I thought, you think every day it's going to come down a notch.
It's more.
People are not ready for that yet. It's going to increase. And we don't know. There's no timetable for this. There's no blueprint. We don't know when this is going to change and turn the page. It may be.
These are live pictures
weeks
right
or
now.
months. It may be. It's certainly going to be weeks the way it appears now.
You know what, Rachel? Truthfully, I'm really not knowing how to really deal with this, because I don't have basketball no more, for an outlet. So, every moment that I, kind of, sit around and, when I come downtown and I'm seeing the people out there placing the flowers, I had a chance today to pay my respects to them. And I don't see myself getting over it anytime soon. And when we say, I know we like to say the word celebrate, and I don't know how to do that.
Yeah.
I don't know what that entails, because I don't feel nothing but sadness. I have 2 daughters, and I'm thinking what in the world would they do if they lost their dad? I just feel for his family, and it's tough.
Yeah, the same thing. It's it's a depression, but a devastation. This entire week, I found myself, at night just walking around in circles, and then looking down at the clock and realizing it's 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and just continuing to ask myself why. And I processed something that it was really eerie when I thought about that this may be the most tragic death of an icon in my lifetime. Like the gravity of not only what's happening outside, but what's happening across the nation and all walks of life and the impact that he left, and sending prayers and condolences to all of the families affected, and to his 13-year-old daughter, Gigi. I have a 13-year-old daughter that plays sports, and it's extremely tough to process.
You know, in the media, we have our spots, right, that they give us around the court. And I worked on Kobe's last game before he retired. And so I have my spot by the baseline, under the basket, and it's the same view, right? And 20 feet, 25 feet from me, he's giving this speech, Mamba Out, his retirement speech. And I'm sitting there last night, and it's in the same spot. And I'm looking 25 yards ahead, and they put a funeral wreath on the court, right, for Kobe and Gigi and all the people who lost their lives. And it's less than 4 years apart, and it's not fair. That's the thing I kept thinking, this isn't fair, and it didn't feel real still. Even standing in that building, it didn't feel real to me. And I talked to Damian Lillard before the game, and he said that the news came across his phone as he was walking into church last Sunday, and there's the confirmation, the helicopter went down, and he spent the whole rest of the day just scrolling his phone because he was sure. He was absolutely sure there was going to be another alert saying, actually, Kobe Bryant jumped out of the helicopter before it went down, and he's fine. Because Damian said, he's Superman. He was a superhero, and this isn't possible. And that's all I felt last night. I'm watching what is supposed to be a memorial or a celebration, and it didn't feel real, and it's not fair. And I don't know how to reconcile all that.
Meaning for me, you know, I was in Miami much of the week. Jalen and I were there to cover the Super Bowl for the network, and I said on Wednesday, okay, well, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, and there's no maybe. I'll be ready for the game around 2 or 3 o'clock tomorrow, I guess, for a bit of a respite. That may be our one getaway, Paul, maybe, you know, just for a few hours. But I think it's very brief. I think it's temporary. And because right now, here we are a day from it, you know, 24 hours from the Super Bowl. I have no interest in sort of talking about all the pregame things that lead up to it, because there's something else that has this great gravity which keeps pulling us back.
I'm going back and forth between all the sadness and shock that we're feeling, and I'm really angry also about all of this. You cannot wipe someone like that out of the sky.